Okay, let's begin with radar. Seeing some very small spots of light rain in our eastern counties, trying to make a run at the Austin Metro. So if you see a few raindrops on your windshield this morning, you're not going crazy. There is some light rain trying to develop, but there's a much better opportunity for rain later today. River City Grill, Highland Furniture Camera there in Marble Falls, nice and quiet. We do have Highway 281 kind of lit up and looking clear. So oftentimes when we see heavy rain events, we're on the lookout for fog, and I haven't seen any major issues. So that's the good news. Current temperatures in the upper 60s to mid 70s, 76 in Austin, 73 Bastrop, 68 in Mason. If you're going to be walking the pup today, the earlier you could do it, the better, as there's going to be increasing rain chances after this afternoon. Those get up to about 40% today. It's also going to be a little warmer, 89, the forecast high, as I just showed you. We're in the 70s for most of us right now. Best looking rain chance of the week comes today. Drier skies and cooler temperatures on the way for the weekend, which we'll talk more about just how low those temperatures go in your first warning forecast. Until then, we'll get you a check on the roads with Erica. One rain event to fill up the lakes, but we did pretty well. In fact, we've seen, since the last few months, since April, an 11-foot rise in Lake Travis, but we're still down 20 feet from normal. But we continue to see both Buchanan and Travis rise slowly. It was up about an inch to 2 inches yesterday with the rainfall. Still 49% full at Travis, Buchanan 66% full. Looking at those high temperatures, upper 80s to low 90s. So you'll notice here's our average. We're staying below that for the next 4 days, and your nighttime temperatures just look fantastic. 70s as we start Saturday morning, but then we do have this nice cool stretch coming in for the start of the week. The middle of next week could be tropically influenced, which we'll talk more about in your first warning forecast. Breath on anything significant, but hey, we've got light rain, and we'll take light rain anytime we get it, any day of the year. We still need more. 76 degrees, variable winds less than 10 miles per hour. Humidity, yes, it's noticeable today, but today's actually going to be one of the stuffiest days. We've got some big improvements on the way as we get into the later part of the week. 70s to start, upper 80s to finish. Rain chances climbing up to about 40% today. Seeing consistency in our data that, hey, we might get a little bit more today compared to what I was showing you yesterday. So good idea to just keep the rain gear on standby. Pollen count brand new this morning. Not surprised to see mold on the high side. That's courtesy of the recent rain and humidity. Medium levels of grass, fall elm and ragweed in the low category, but both of those have increased over the last 24 hours. Isolated rain this morning. Getting into the afternoon and evening hours, you can see this spreads out a little bit more. Not severe, not widespread, no big flooding concerns here. It's just kind of our last meaningful round of showers and storms before we hit sunset, and those rain chances get much lower for tomorrow. That being said, we've got high school football tonight on KBVO. This kicks off at 7 p.m. if you're heading out to Gupton Stadium, watching Bowie take on Vista Ridge. Again, it's a spot shower possible. Most of the game is dry, though. Those temperatures eventually cooling down to the 70s. You'll notice the rain chance at 10 to 20% tomorrow, completely gone for the weekend. That's going to be that push of cooler and drier air that moves in. I mean, technically speaking, it's just dry air, and the dry air is resulting in cooler temperatures in the overnight hours, waking up to 60s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But then you'll notice our extended forecast showed a little blip back up with the humidity Tuesday and Wednesday. That's kind of a question mark surrounding what happens with this tropical wave in the Caribbean. Right now, very unorganized storm and shower activity, but you can see it's going to get pushed over the Yucatan Peninsula into the Bay of Campeche, the southwest Gulf of Mexico, and some models actually kind of curve that around and bring it much closer to the Texas Gulf Coast, to the Louisiana Gulf Coast, meeting up with a front. So that could raise our rain chances as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, but obviously a lot will change over the next week, so we'll have to fine-tune those details once we get closer. And then still Atlantic waking up, 3 different tropical waves with low potential right now of becoming something stronger, but a reminder that September is typically very busy for us in the tropics. 7-day forecast, 40% chance of rain today, high temperatures in the upper 80s, drier skies heading into Friday and Saturday. Fantastic weekend here at home. We've got upper 80s to low 90s to start next week. Those nighttime temperatures down to the 60s. Erica?
Looks